Hi everyone. I spent many years, maybe 8 years now, exploring spirituality and exploring native jungles of the Amazon in Brazil, a little bit in Africa as well. And I'm now returning to the matrix, modern life, right? So I started writing again, and I thought as well I might as well experiment doing videos again like this one because I enjoyed it. I did this. I wrote a book about podcasting and blogging in 2003. Started to blog a little before then. So how about trying an experiment and starting again? So crypto is a jungle for me. It's actually probably the most fascinating modern jungle outside of the jungles. It has incredible masters like Jack Dorsey and Bitcoin that I am lucky enough to have met and hung out with. It has influential gurus. I didn't say shamans, but uh, there is Michael Saylor, who is becoming the guru of Bitcoin, whether you like it or not, with I think 70 billion plus in Bitcoin. There are dark places full of venomous snakes and thieves setting traps to steal your money. But there are also immense opportunities for the brave who can uh, deal with the risks of exploration and want to learn the secrets. I already wrote about it. I lost a significant amount when collapses of blockchains such as Terra or centralized exchanges like FTX bust in the past. I was 3 months isolated in the Amazon jungle in Brazil, where I lost most of my liquid assets. When that happened, I was completely offline, no phone for 3 months. And I was also hacked. It's a classic. You know, there is this wallet called MetaMask, which I think is the most popular, but is also one of the most vulnerable. And I got a question because I'm a beginner. I'm a beginner in everything, but I'm a beginner in crypto for sure. And I got this is super classic. I got a question in a support forum on Discord, and someone sent me a link saying, "Oh yeah, come here, we're gonna help you." And they really looked like the service in many ways, like the name, the logo, everything. And I got hacked. I lost my MetaMask wallet went to zero in seconds. I'm laughing because this is a classic. I was just talking to a friend this morning who told me the same happened to him. And I have an incredible amount of friends who also lost money just buying coins, just buying Ethereum, for example, which is back to its highest today almost. But when like this. So if you buy here and you sell here, it's a disaster unless you hold it. So anyway, there's a bunch of people, friends, me, who had really bad experiences with it. But it's not that, it doesn't mean that the train is over. The train is going and it's going really fast. And I think it's fascinating. It won't stop me from exploring again. So I I make no promises here, but I've spent pretty insane amount of time recently, just recently in the last weeks, learning DeFi, decentralized finance, and crypto. And it's fascinating. The risks are still there. Maybe there are more, but the opportunities as well. And it's fun. I was posting recently about life as a game, and that my friend Fabrice Goenda talked about. And crypto is a game. Everything is a game in a way. But anyway, so I felt like sharing a bit because I like doing so for many years. What I learned. So I'm going to start a series today. I'm starting a series where I'm going to explain a bit of what I shared and the opportunities I see, and also try to share about the risks and avoid the risks. No promises, as the crypto guys say, no investment advice. This is just sharing what I'm learning. In a way, for me, writing and recording this is a way for me to show that I understood to myself, or what I understood and what I did not understand. So if there are any experts around watching this or reading me, who knows, I have many friends who have a lot of knowledge about crypto. Please, by any means, comment or tell me if I say something wrong or I should learn something. So, do you like sending a wire from your bank, waiting for days for the money to reach its recipient, paying 1% transaction on pretty much everything you do, even if you don't see it? Sometimes it's completely hidden. In the US, the banks are mostly free, but they play with your assets. Maybe you don't know that. That's why they're free, like Charles Schwab and others. Everything is free because they're working with your assets. So it's very hidden. It's not transparent. And crypto transactions, if you compare that, it's less than $1, most of the time cents, to send anything anywhere instantly. And very soon we'll be able to pay a restaurant or a grocery bill everywhere just with crypto, just with your phone. And I really hope it happens soon. Jack Dorsey has just added crypto payments to Square. So I also noticed many of my friends who have been on the spirituality path as well, the consciousness path, whatever you call it, are also into crypto because the freedom and independence that it provides fits them well, fits me well as well. I want to explore it more. So why now? Why now? You could tell me, this is old stuff. It is. There were 5 or 6 bull markets that already happened in crypto. And they were followed by brutal falls and scandals. Nevertheless, the entire crypto market is doing this. It's growing from 200 billion in 2020 to about $4 trillion today. So even those who are the most opposed to crypto cannot really ignore it. Nobody can ignore it. The shops will have to take crypto soon, I think, everywhere. All the announcements of the Trump administration making crypto a priority, so Trump has added the banks now in the US can add crypto. So very soon, actually, Charles Schwab announced it. You will be able to trade directly crypto also on traditional banks. You can add now. They announced that you can add crypto to your retirement 401ks, and so this is in many ways I feel it just a beginning, even though it was like that. It, like many people, I think it's just a beginning. So nobody is immune to making money. I'm not either. So in addition to the game, I think it's also a cool opportunity to look at it. So I'll do my best to share what I wrote. My posts are intended as just sharing again. And I noticed from many emails I had about writing about the PRISM protocol, which is a protocol that I've been helping for 4 years actually. I'll tell maybe the story again, but not now. But that many don't really understand what's going on. I'll find it very difficult, and so I will write and talk to them. So if you're an expert, bear with me. It's going to get more advanced soon. So how do you get started? And I'm going to do the same. You take or I have done the same. You take a little wallet. You need a wallet, and those wallets are crypto wallets. It's very common to have several wallets. The first step is to manage to get some US dollars or euros into your bank account. And I know if you watch me telling that, it's obvious, but I'm going to start there because I know I have friends for whom it's not obvious. So the way you do that is you either use a bank that supports crypto already. For example, Revolut in Europe does, and many in the US as well. You can just put, say, $1,000, 1,000 euros, and convert it. So I would do that first. If you want to go a little further, get an account at Coinbase or Kraken and go from US dollar to, say, USDC, because then you can do other things with it. I would, probably if I had $1,000 to put on crypto today, I would put 500 in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the, the main and the safest, seen as gold. Digital gold, right? So again, I'm going very, very basics right now. So a fun story, and half in Bitcoin, half in USDC for now. That's what I'm going to do to show a few things. So Bitcoin. I have a joke from a friend who is that I won't quote here, but who is behind one of the largest crypto industry, crypto coin actually in the world. Is Anyway, he made it very well, and he told me years ago when I asked, which you might ask as well, but wait, is it not too high to buy Bitcoin? Which it's too high since 20 years ago. What is it? 10 years ago. And the answer he told me was just buy Bitcoin. The price doesn't matter because, as you know, it gets more scarce. The demand is going higher. And he told me read the Bitcoin standard, which I have not, and I have not bought Bitcoin and held it. And that was a big mistake. So I think this advice is still valid. That Bitcoin, I have many friends who have half or more, some of them all, of their assets in Bitcoin. Sounds crazy, right? But they did very well. And so Bitcoin is never too high. That's what they say. If you read the book, you'll understand why. The inflation of all the debts of all the governments is exploding. And Bitcoin is rare, is finished, is limited, is decentralized, not controlled by governments. And so it has a lot going on for it. And it's still, I think, very safe. There is a lot of movement around Bitcoin. One of them, which is very interesting, is Michael Saylor is like the guru of Bitcoin, the shaman of Bitcoin right now. If you know him, you know what I'm talking about. And he has this firm strategy that kept buying Bitcoin and then borrowing on the Bitcoin to buy more Bitcoin, and then using his public company to raise money and issue some financial tools to even buy more Bitcoin. It's pretty risky. And if it goes down sharply, he might have to liquidate, which is a huge risk on the price. But my friends who know better than me think that the risk is not that high because there is so much demand right now on the market. So there is demand from this firm strategy that owns $71 billion of Bitcoin today and keeps buying all the time. And there is also many copycats of this treasury, Bitcoin treasury companies as they're called, that there is one more every day almost. There is also many companies, traditional businesses that just start storing Bitcoin in their company treasuries. It started with of course, the crypto companies, then the innovative companies such as Tesla that started putting Bitcoin in his balance sheet very early, and now many of them. There is a company that does retirement optimization on Bitcoin. There is so much demand right now. So yeah, I think it's still interesting. It's still exciting. Bitcoin is the queen of crypto, and it should remain this way. So I would do half of that, of whatever you put. The other thing which is very interesting, also exploding right now, is stable coins, and they achieve yield. So the two main stable coins are USDT and USDC. Market caps are 164 billion for USDT and 65 for USDC, which is pretty big. And now, so they don't give any yield. You buy with your dollar, you buy $1. The way it works is they store the same amount of dollars, at least they should. And then they don't give any yield. They don't reward you for that. So their profits are gigantic. Tether hit 13 billion in profit last year just by making money on the collateral, on the dollars they have or gold they have against their coin. So the challengers, such as USDE, for example, from a company called Etena, they have all started to give yield on it. So it's pretty easy to make 8-10% on many of them, maybe more. I'll talk about a friend that just raised $600 million recently. The numbers are crazy. This is what's interesting. It's a big jungle, very big jungle with big plays. And so my point here is you can make 5-10% or more, 8-10%. It's not very difficult. Sure, there are some risks. If you don't want any risk, you can buy money market, US government, US debt, and you'll get 4% or 4.5%, as long as you're comfortable, using your bank, paying a 1% fee to get in or whatever fee, and then contributing to the US debt, which is growing faster than its income. So I don't know, but that's what's considered safe, right? So yeah, that's it for today. What I wanted to do is, well, get myself back in writing and posting and sharing and exploring. And so if you want to play with me the game or learn with me, let's all learn together, then get yourself a wallet. I recommend two: Zengo, Zengo. It's in my newsletter, which is by my friend Uriel Ohayon. And disclosure, I'm a very little investor in this from years ago. The reason why I recommend it is very, very focused on safety and security. Well, on MetaMask, the things that happen to me still happen every day. Lots of hackers. And the other one is Ledger, which is, if you like clicking, it's probably one of the safest. With Zengo that doesn't have clicking, they have other tools. I'll introduce you to Riel one day. And those are the two that I would recommend, because Ledger is hardware, so you have to have it. And so that stops a lot of hacks. It's also risky, because if you have it, people can steal it or can tell you to give them your password. But there is risk everywhere, right? There is no safety, is an illusion. So anyway, that's it for today. If you're interested, watch this space. And if not, that's okay too. I'll keep sharing.